We're on the record in cause number 324870. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Efron Cisneros Castaneda. Mr. Castaneda, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Castaneda, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Sí.
Mr. Gilthorpe, does
Yes,
Mr.
Judge.
Castaneda speak English?
I'm sorry?
Does Mr. Castaneda speak English?
He speaks some English.
Okay, let me do this here. You are fluent in English and Spanish, and you have interpreted for your clients in the past, isn't that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, just raise your right hand and the court reporter is going to swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear that you will accurately translate English to Spanish and Spanish to English, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you may put your hand down. Okay. The information in this case, Mr. Castaneda, states that you've been charged with the Class B misdemeanor offense of accident involving damage to a vehicle. Would you interpret that to him?
Oh, I think he understood it, but I'll interpret as well.
El juez dice que en este caso usted le ha puesto cargas en contra de usted para ser involucrado en un accidente cuando había daños a la propiedad de otra persona. ¿Entiende eso?
Yes.
Okay. And do you understand what you've been charged with?
¿Usted entiende cuál es la carga en contra de usted? Tiene que decirlo en voz alta.
Sí. Sí.
Yeah, I think if you just speak from where you are, he should be able to hear you on the Zoom because he has I think a camera and a mic in his room. Is that correct?
Well, it does a weird reverb thing, and
okay.
And so I lean into the hole in the glass and speak through that. He hears me better.
Okay, that's fine. Now, the information states that on or about May 19 of 2019,
La información dice que en mayo de 2019,
that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of
usted cometió la ofensa del clase B,
accident involving damage to a vehicle.
que involucrado en un accidente con daños a la propiedad.
And
Yes.
To this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Okay. Now, I have before me a document that is titled States Exhibit Number 1. I don't know if you can see this. Mr. Castaneda, do you see this document?
Sí.
And do you recognize this document?
Sí.
On page 2 of the same document, there are some initials. Are these your initials on this document?
Sí.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature at the top. Is that your signature?
Sí.
I have another document here that's titled the trial court certification. Do you recognize this document?
Sí.
Is that your signature on this document?
Sí.
There's one box that's checked at the top of this document. That document, this box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Sí.
Okay, Mr. Castaneda, you should have a document out there that's titled Discovery Certification.
Sí.
Mr. Gilthorpe, do you have that document or is it over on his side?
No, it's over here, Judge. I'll get it to the bailiff.
Okay, could you show it to him? Show it to,
It's out. It's over here. Hold on, let me grab it. I'm showing it to him, Judge.
okay. Mr. Castaneda, do you recognize that document?
Sí.
And is that your signature on the second line of that document?
Sí.
Mr. Castaneda,
That's it.
prior to, now, Mr. Castaneda, did your attorney go with you?
Sí.
Could you answer that question in Spanish? Mr. Gilthorpe, could you ask me if you went over these documents with him?
El juez está preguntando si revisamos esos documentos antes de firmarlo, ¿sí o no?
Sí. Yes.
And ask him, did he read and understand did you go over these documents with him in Spanish?
Y yo revisé todos esos documentos con usted en español, ¿no?
Sí. Yes.
And did he understand everything that his attorney went over?
Y usted entendió lo que yo le expliqué a usted.
Sí.
Okay, now on State's Exhibit number 1, there's a paragraph that's titled Citizenship.
Dice que en el exhibito número 1 del estado que hay un párrafo que es nombrado ciudadanía.
Okay, now is Mr. Castaneda a U.S. citizen?
¿Usted es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos? No.
Okay, what country is he from?
¿De cuál país es usted?
Mexico. Mexico, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so we do, since he's from Mexico, they're not on the list for being notified. The consulate is not on the list for notification. Okay. I'm going to read the paragraph on the citizenship.
Él dice que va a leer el párrafo que habla sobre la ciudadanía.
That if you are not a U.S.
Si
citizen,
usted no sea un ciudadano de los Estados Unidos,
a plea of guilty or nolo contendere
una declaración de culpable o que no lo va a pelear,
may result in deportation,
puede resultar en deportación,
exclusion from admission to the country,
exclusión de admisión a los Estados Unidos,
or denial of naturalization under federal law.
o le puede negar naturalización bajo las leyes federales.
Mr. Castaneda, do you understand?
¿Usted entiende esto?
Sí.
And do you still want to go forward with your plea?
Sí.
See, okay. Now, Mr. Castaneda, is everything true and correct in the documents on the tablets and the paperwork that you signed today? Is everything true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Sí.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection from defense.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Gilthorpe, You have advised and counseled Mr. Castaneda. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Castaneda,
Señor Castaneda,
your attorney has advised his
su
counsel.
abogado le ha dado avisos y consejos.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
¿Está satisfecho con la representación de su abogado? Sí.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
¿Le ha dado representación competente y justo? Sí.
Okay. Mr. Castaneda, I will accept your plea of guilty. Interpret that for.
Él dice que está aceptando su declaración de culpable.
I will find that you are mentally competent to stand.
Encuentro que usted tiene la capacidad mental para declararse culpable.
I will also find that your pleas and waivers were freely and voluntarily given.
También encuentro que su declaración está dado por su propia cuenta y voluntariamente.
And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
También le encuentro que hay evidencias suficientes para encontrarle culpable sin duda.
State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it's for 60 days credit for time served, tax and retire of the court costs.
Mr. Castaneda,
Señor Castaneda,
the state is offering that you serve 60
él
days.
está ofreciendo la que sirve 60 días de preso.
The state is offering that you serve 60 days in jail, but you do not have to serve any time in jail in this case.
Pero no tendré que servir más tiempo porque ya tienen crédito.
Because you've already served 60 days in jail.
Entonces eso ya será todo.
Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served.
Entonces le van a dar tiempo para crédito para su tiempo ya servido.
Your court cost is $327, but
Los gastos de los cortes son $300,
will not have to pay that
pero no tiene que pagar eso tampoco,
because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off.
porque lo ha pagado con el tiempo que ya ha servido en cárcel.
Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired.
Debido a esto, los gastos del corte serán quitados, borrados.
Mr. Castaneda, do you understand the state's offer?
¿Usted entiende la oferta del Estado? Sí.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
¿Y usted piensa que esta oferta es justo? Sí.
And do you accept the state's offer?
¿Y si usted quiere aceptar esta oferta? Sí.
I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state.
Dice que va a seguir ese trato que usted entró con el Estado. Sí.
Castaneda, this will conclude your case.
Este concluye su caso.
Please follow the bailiff and have a blessed day.
Siga con el oficial y que tenga un buen día bendecido.
And Mr. Gil Sharp, this is your only case. You are excused and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you. Same to you.